All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Atlanta Falcons. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator, 54. I got it. SOS.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Smith. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
He's coming. Double up.
They'll set up a throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Fielded at the 33. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Love. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down, keep the sticks moving.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Set, 8, read. I'm coming up to you. Ready.
Off the play fake. Love. Got a man. It's Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It'll be Love to try and get the first. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
He's going to take off with it, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On second down, it's Love. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Dobbs to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
From the gun on third down. Dobbs got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Coming up now on a second and 15 following that sack. Second and 15. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
It's now third and 2.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. Look, squeeze. Hatchet. Say go.
They'll go to the air here on third and 2. That's complete to Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Leo! Get up! Be Griffin!
Now Ito Smith. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check. Look at me. Go.
2nd and 9 now. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf. Hey, Sam off. I'm coming. What?
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Let's go.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Jim, lock it.
2nd and 10. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Go. Shoot.
A first down carry for Smith. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Forced out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play that time for the Titans. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. He'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Falcons nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those...
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
On first down, Downs to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Going to give it to Love. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Bryce Love, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This is Smith. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
He's not going to get me. Get it.
Now it's Smith running right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
70, Indy. Here we go. Hey, lock it.
Here I come. Check 3, check 3.
Hey, wahoo.
One set.
Gone.
Mike, 54. Check.
Ready?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cooper Kupp, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Off the bootleg. Dobbs out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
On play action, it's Dobbs. And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
No.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
59, Mike to 59. Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll have a 1st down past the 40. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends.
5.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Dobbs got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st down, here's Love. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr., had the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. This will be caught by Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
This is Love, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On the carry, it's Love. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
To throw on 3rd down. Dobbs, flush to his right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me.